Archer Assault, a game in which two teams of archers battle to control mid. These are not regular archers. They got explosive bows, machine gun bows, shotgun bows and L bows, although the last one can't fire arrows. Holding mid gives you points and the team that reaches the point goal first wins. I'm going to play 5 games and my goal is to win at least 3 of those. If I don't, I lose this video. Will I be able to succeed? You're about to find out. The first game started terribly. I was in team red, but team green had already managed to capture mid by the time we got there. They already had almost 20 points and we still had 0, so I thought that we were going to lose for sure, especially since one of my teammates said that he didn't know how this game worked before it started. But then, the most epic moment of the game happened. I had climbed onto the roof and I saw a double damage power up. So I picked it up, jumped down into mid, activating my ability Invisibility and ultimate move Machine Gun Bow while in mid-air. I dropped down, killed an opponent and made another one run away. And like that I single-handedly captured mid. We managed to hold mid long enough to catch up to them and we had 21% when disaster struck. All of us were low on health from a previous fight and then suddenly 2 greens attacked. They destroyed us and while we were respawning they had captured mid. Me and my teammate X-Breeder rushed in, both of us. Get it? Activating our machine guns at the same time, and we managed to take control of mid again. Green, however, had built up a sizable lead. Every time we killed them, they just respawn and get straight back, so I thought of a strategy. Arrows can destroy fences in Archer Assault, and to get from spawn to mid, you have to either do a difficult and at some points impossible jump, or walk over fences. So I went to their spawn and destroyed the fences. This way, they'd be forced to swim to mid. However, without me, my team could not defeat Green. So while I was away destroying the fences, Green got to 90%, while we were still below 70, but my strategy worked. Because of the longer delay between killing greens and them coming back, we were able to build defenses in a doorway to mid. They managed to break them eventually, but because they all had to go through a single choke point, we could kill them more easily. There were 2 greens in mid and another one shooting at me from above, and I was low on health. And they only needed 8 more %. If I died, we would not have time to regroup and recapture, but I managed to dodge the arrows until X-Breed arrived with full health, and together we fought back. When we had 97% and there was 1 green left in mid, instead of fighting until his team arrived, this bozo jumped out of mid, handing us the free win. And that's how I won my first game. That was a close one, but I won, meaning I currently have 1 win and 0 losses. This game did, to put it lightly, not go well. They were everywhere, and all of them had the explosive bow too. Explosions everywhere. They had 67 points and we still had 0. At this point I already knew that my chances of winning this game were close to 0. However, I decided that I would not lose 0 to 100, so while most of them were respawning I rushed in, low on health, and touched the arrows long enough to get exactly 1%. Later I did it again, this time slightly more epic, as I was now up against all 4 of them. I picked up the double health power up, jumped in and tanked all of them. This gained us an additional 2%. I know, not that much, but going from 1 to 3 is still a 200% increase, okay? I made a platform on the side of mid, from which I could shoot while behind cover. And like this, we could get up to 15%, but it was too little too late. The other team already had over 90%, and when they managed to kill us, they quickly won. I now have 1 win and 1 loss. I can only afford losing one more time. Before we move on, the like goal of this video is 7 likes. My last video got 6 likes, which means this video should be able to get 7. If this video reaches the like goal, I will make more videos like this. If it doesn't, I will also make more videos like this, but I will do it while being sad. The third game started as a 3v3, but someone on the other team left, meaning it ended up being a 3v2 in my favor. Now you might be thinking, what's 1 extra player? But in a game with teams this small, it matters a lot. They weren't bad per se, but because they only had 2 people, they just couldn't get a steady supply of freshly respawned archers to control mid for more than a few moments. We completely walled off mid when it was in our control, and then stood between mid and their spawn, constantly shooting them into the water and killing them. Normally this would be a terrible strategy, as you get a moment of invincibility after spawning, but with our numerical advantage of having 1 more player, we could do it. But then, someone got around us unseen and got into mid, and they got over 10%. Nonetheless, we quickly recaptured mid and won. 2 wins and 1 loss. I only need 1 more win, and I have 2 more games. I might actually win the challenge. My 4th game started as a 2v3 in the opponent's advantage, and I thought we had for sure lost. But then, 2 of the opponents just decided to leave, I guess, meaning it turned into a 2v1 in our advantage. I know, with 3 people in a game, Archer Assault isn't exactly the most populous game, but this is Gyro Games. That's what we do here. We play unpopular games. We are unpopular, and with we, I mean me, at school. Anyway, it was a 2v1 and I thought, we have twice as many players as the opponent, we should be able to win. Right? Right? Wrong. Because apparently explosive bows are more overpowered than I thought. I kept spamming my bow because I thought the explosion damage was constant, but apparently the damage scales with how charged your bow is, and one fully charged shot does 9 to 10 hearts of damage apparently. And the opponent, Mike Tector, knew this, while we did not. Mike Tector held mid on his own long enough to get over 70% while we had nothing. After figuring this out, we managed to kill him and take mid. Would we make a comeback? The problem was that this guy was really good, better than both of us. We'd have to work together to kill him, but if one of us died, the other would too, because neither of us could win a duel. The explosive bow could not shoot around corners, and due to how corners work, the person peeking around it is at a massive disadvantage. After realizing this, I devised a strategy. Anytime my teammate, CubeCraft 1091, died, I would hide behind a corner with a drawn bow. As long as I was on mid, Mike would not get any points. And because I hid behind a corner, trying to kill me was suicide for him most of the time. Then, when QWERTY arrived, we could 2v1 Mike. This worked and we made a serious comeback. We had gotten 80% in the time it took Mike to get 20. But there was one problem. QWERTY didn't know the strategy and tried communicating it through Minecraft chat while in the middle of a fight. It's impossible. Anytime I died, QWERTY would die too, and Mike would get a few more percent. We almost had 90%, but Mike got a bit more every time, and when me and QWERTY both died, he quickly got to 100. We lost. So now I have 2 wins and 2 losses. The last game will decide everything. If I win the last game, I win the challenge. If I lose, I lose. However, having learned how to properly use an explosive bow after fighting Mike, I was optimistic about my chances. Then I jumped into the 5th and final game. Everything would depend on me and my team's performance this round. It was the same map that I had played against Mike on, meaning I could use the corner trick. By doing this, we got a decent lead, but Green kept rushing in and forcing us out. I had to think of something. While we were in control, I built a huge wall, and like Gandalf stopping the Balrog, I shouted, I shot at them before they had the chance to reach mid, and by doing so we gained a massive amount of points. But then, one well-placed TNT from the opponent completely destroyed the wall. However, we already had 90 points. We killed anyone who tried to enter mid, and eventually we won. 3 wins, 2 losses. I won the challenge. But that was really close. I'm Jaro and this was Archer Assault on CubeCraft. It's a temporary game, it's one of the rotating games on CubeCraft, and since it just got removed, if you want to play it yourself you'll have to wait quite a while for it to return. Until then, you can watch any of my other videos. Here's 2 I think you'll like.